Harry the Horse Barbecue.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Harry the Horse Barbecue, and today we are making brisket burnt ends cooked like a brisket. Keep it locked.
Harry the Horse Barbecue.
So here I have 2 brisket points from Creekstone Farms. They are USDA choice grade. I'm not terribly concerned about these being choice because there is typically a lot of marbling throughout the point of a brisket. Here I have 2 brisket points that we are going to cook up like a brisket. And what do I mean by that is we're going to use the same rub, 2 parts coarse black pepper, 1 part kosher salt, 1 part Lawry seasoned salt. And we are going to smoke these up until the fat starts to render. We are going to put beef tallow in the wrap. We're gonna rest them overnight. And then the next day, we're gonna cube these up into burnt end cubes, and then we'll throw them back on the cooker, tossed in sauce to finish them off, get them a little tacky. Another thing people typically do when they cook up burnt ends is they take all the fat off of the point meat, and I don't think I wanna do that today. I want to leave a little bit of fat on top because I like when the fat renders and it gets yellow and gets sticky. To me, it's just a delicious bite. What we're gonna do is we're gonna trim these up a bit. Okay, take any weird pieces that are hanging off that might burn up on the cooker. We're gonna season them up using our Q glue. We've got our mix of Lawry's, kosher salt, and black pepper. 2 parts black pepper, 1 part kosher salt, 1 part Lawry's. Ready to go, just needs to be mixed up. So for now, let's trim these up. All right, y'all, so these are both trimmed up, and a couple business decisions I had to make. It's a little thin on this point muscle right here. I decided to leave it on. If anything burns up, I mean, they are called burnt ends after all. I tried to leave about 1/4 inch of fat around the top. This one was a little bit more manageable as it's a little bigger, but little flap on the side here, I decided to leave on. It's got some decent meat on it, not terribly thick, but again, if it burns up, they're called burnt ends. We'll see how it rolls. From here, we're gonna get these seasoned up and then out on the cooker. Let's start with our Q glue. All right, y'all, now that these are all seasoned up with our salt, pepper, Lawry's, we are going to go and throw them on the cooker. So I'll meet you guys out there. Our brisket points are ready to get thrown on the cooker, so let's grab them, throw them on. Brisket burnt ends are on. We're gonna rock here at about 250 to 265, somewhere in that range to start this cook. We'll check back on them in about 3 hours. We'll catch you guys back. All right, y'all, we're about 4 hours in on these brisket burnt ends. Let's take a look at them. Looking nice and barky on the outside. Nothing looks to be burning. So, gonna hit these burnt ends. Try not to make too big of a mess. So all we're gonna do now is close it up, and we're gonna keep letting them rock for another few hours until the fat starts to render really well. Right now, it's rendering really well, but it's not quite where we want it, where the fat sinks in. So these burnt ends have a little bit more to go. They're shrinking up real nice, got a nice bark, nice color on them. So what we're gonna do, close the lid up, and we'll bring you guys back once they're ready to be wrapped in the beef tallow lined butcher paper. Till then, we're gonna keep rocking. Catch you guys back. All right, y'all, we're about 6 hours in on these brisket points. Let's take a look and see if they're ready to be wrapped. Oh, the fat render on here is nice. It is almost giving way. Maybe a little bit more to go. Only 6 hours in here. But man, it is definitely getting really close. We're gonna take some of this Wagyu beef tallow from South Chicago Packing Company, and we're gonna throw it in the cooker, and we're gonna get some smoke flavor on that Wagyu beef tallow before we wrap these burnt ends in our beef tallow. But these are looking really good. And we're gonna spritz down our brisket points just to keep those edges from burning a little bit. Within the next hour or so, I think we'll be wrapping up our brisket points. So we'll bring you back when we wrap. So it's been 7 hours on these brisket points. So we're gonna let these go until they hit about 202, 203 Fahrenheit, somewhere in that range. These guys will be done. We'll give them a nice overnight rest, cube them up tomorrow. Back on the cooker. All right, y'all, our brisket point burnt ends have been resting a little bit. Let's take an internal temperature to see what we're looking at. About 155 and 157. So they're resting and they're reaching just about the perfect temperature where I can put them in my oven and rest them overnight. So that's what we want to do. We're going to treat these brisket points just like we're cooking a whole brisket. So what we're going to do is we are going to throw these in an oven set to about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to leave them there overnight, approximately 12-hour rest time at 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we are going to cube them up, sauce them up, back on the cooker, and we're gonna have some delicious burnt ends at the end of this. So what we're gonna do is we'll meet you guys back in the morning when we cube these bad boys up. We'll catch you guys back there. It is the next day, and we're gonna unwrap these brisket points, and we're gonna cube them up to make them into burnt ends. What we're gonna do is we're gonna toss them in an aluminum pan. We're gonna also toss them in some of this new barbecue sauce I got from Savory Spice. Southern Gold. Savory Spice makes some small batch barbecue sauces. This is kind of their all-purpose sauce. It's a tomato-based and mustard-based barbecue sauce, and I think this is gonna go really delicious on some brisket points. So let's take these out of the wrap, cube them up, sauce them up, back on the cooker. Fat's feeling nice and soft. A little burnt on these ends, no pun intended. Let's slice these up. Aim for about 1-inch cubes. Turn these around. Tell me that doesn't look good. Look at that rendered fat on there. Glistening with juice. That's a burnt end I want. Let's get after the next one. All right, and here's our second burnt end. Let's get to cubing. A burnt end of a burnt end? Is that even possible, guys? I don't know. That one's too good to slice apart. And let's make our cubes. This piece is kind of tiny. We might have to give this a taste test. Oh man, that's good. Smoky, barky, fatty. Nothing wrong with these at all. Now remember, these are choice. So the amount of fat content's not gonna be nearly as good as if we were cooking up prime grade burnt end pieces here. All right, we've got our burnt ends all cubed up. We're gonna hit them with some of our sauce. I think what I'm also gonna do is hit this with a splash of apple cider vinegar just to thin out my sauce a little bit. Plus I like a little vinegary tang. We can mix these up. I'm going barehanded here. And as you can see, our burnt ends are sauced up, ready to go. We're gonna throw these back on the cooker, 275 degrees, until they're nice and tender. And we're gonna pull them out. Hopefully that sauce tacks up a little bit. They become sticky, a little sweet, a little savory. Then we could try out these little nuggets of goodness. We'll catch you guys back when they're ready to taste. All right, and after 15, 20 minutes or so back on the cooker, we are done with our burnt ends. let's check them out and see how we did. They're gonna be hot for sure. The piece I wanna find is that burnt end of the burnt ends. Oh, did I find it? I sure did. Saucy, burnt, squishy. Let's see how we did. Oh my, Ooh, that's in all sorts of flavor profiles. Oh my God. It's a punch of tomato-based sauce right off the bat. And then it comes in with this sour tang and then like this sweet kind of mustardy flavor. I gotta go back in for another one because there's no way I can help myself. Oh, I want one of the pieces where there's rendered fat on top. Squishy, saucy. See all the sauce on there? Oh my God. Unbelievably good. We treated this just like a brisket. That's what made these so killer. It's not a difficult cook. You're not sitting by the fire for 12, 13 hours. This was a 6 to 8 hour cook, really. These are a really quick and easy way that you can whip up some delicious barbecue for your friends and family without having to go through a lot of work to get there. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Harry the Horse Barbecue. We really appreciate you checking out our channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and tell me your favorite recipe for brisket burnt ends. I'd love to try it out one day and see how they turn out. If you think we should try some more burnt ends, pork belly burnt ends, beef belly burnt ends, any kind of burnt end recipe you think we should try, let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget, you can show us what you're cooking up at home on Instagram. Tag us at Harry the Horse Barbecue. I'd love to see it. Keep talking barbecue with you guys. We've got brisket for breakfast. We'll catch you guys in the next one. We're out of here. Deuces. Fatty, saucy. Whoa, that's a big piece. Close enough.